NPCs in GTA 6 will remember your face, and that should terrify you. NPCs in video games have always been the fakest part, repeating the same lines, walking in circles, disappearing when you look away. But GTA 6 looks like it's about to destroy all of that. Today I'm going to show you everything we know about NPCs in GTA 6, what's confirmed, what's rumored, and if even half of this is real, this game is going to feel alive in a way no open world ever has. Starting with what's actually confirmed, go back to the trailer, the beach scene, the city streets. It's not just that there are a lot of people, it's that every single one of them is different, doing something specific. In GTA 5, most NPCs repeated. Their actions were so basic you never stopped to look at them. This is a completely different level. The world feels like it exists without you. But what happens when you start causing chaos? This is where it gets interesting. Multiple leaks point to NPCs having some kind of memory of what you do. You're thinking, that's impossible. But if you played Red Dead Redemption 2, you already saw it. NPCs in towns remembered your crimes, insulted you when you showed up again, boarded up their stores until you paid your bounty or went to jail. That was 8 years ago. A GTA 6 evolution of that system makes complete sense. And now layers something on top of that. The world is connected to social media. People film what happens around them. So what you do doesn't just get remembered, it spreads. Someone records you. That clip moves through the city. Hours later, strangers recognize your face. Maybe we're pushing it, but with Rockstar, you never know if you're going too far or not far enough. Leaks also reference daily NPC cycles, different behavior depending on the time of day. Not just wandering randomly, but actual routines. This already existed in RDR2, with NPCs following schedules and daily tasks. But here we're not talking about a quiet frontier town. We're talking about a full modern city with traffic, events, and hundreds of people interacting at the same time. Some leaks go as far as saying NPCs will crowd beaches on weekends and business districts on Monday mornings. Personally, I think that's a stretch. But even if it just means zones that transform completely from day to night, locations with unique events depending on when you pass through, that alone adds a massive amount of life to the world. Now the dialogue. According to voice session documents, Rockstar recorded over 35,000 additional lines just for background NPCs, with hundreds of actors involved. And this isn't for story missions. This is purely for world atmosphere. If you played RDR2, you remember that every NPC reacted differently depending on how you approached them. This seems to go further, not just single reactions, but constant responses. People commenting on what's happening, talking to each other, reacting to the time of day or the neighborhood they're in, without repeating constantly. The world talking without needing you to be the reason. Random events aren't new. GTA has had them before, but leaks point to over 1,000 dynamic events compared to the handful GTA 5 had, which ended up always being the same ones. 1,000 is insane. One of the reasons RDR2 felt so alive, despite being a rural game, was that on any forgotten road in the middle of nowhere, you'd stumble into something strange. I played that game for years and was still finding situations I'd never seen. GTA 6 with just the scale of that alone is already a serious jump. Traffic in GTA 5 was painful. NPCs followed fixed routes, same speed, only reacting if you hit them. That could change completely. Rockstar has filed navigation patents pointing to much smarter traffic. Individual driving styles, some following the rules, some aggressive, reacting to accidents, reacting to weather. In the first trailer, we see a car flipped after a crash, something never seen in the series before. Could be a mission scene, but the patents suggest this happens in free roam too. You spend half of GTA driving. If this changes, everything changes, and all of this connects directly to the police system. Leaks suggest NPCs and police could be more linked than ever. Witnesses, people filming, phone calls, descriptions feeding into the same system. Just like in RDR2, witnesses could alert before police arrive, giving you a small window to react. There's also talk of police recognizing license plates and other key identifiers. The short version is a police system that moves and thinks in a completely different way. There's one more detail that's easy to miss, but could make a huge difference. Rockstar appears to be using a system where NPCs don't have fixed animations. Instead, they blend different movements depending on what's happening around them. Walking in rain feels different from walking after running. In GTA 5, everyone moved practically the same, regardless. In RDR2, NPCs walked differently when tired or injured, reacted if you followed them too long or pushed them too far. A NPC moving differently depending on the situation sounds small, but it's exactly what makes a world stop feeling artificial. When you put all of it together, memory, routines, dialogue, events, reaction systems, the shift is enormous. GTA has always been a game where you do whatever you want without thinking too much about consequences, because the world just resets. If even part of this is real, that changes. The world doesn't reset. NPCs remember. They react to everything. You feel like one person in a city full of other people living their lives. Now, to be clear, not everything here is confirmed. A lot of this comes from leaks and systems still in development. Some of it may not make the final game. And yes, it all has to run on a PlayStation 5. But it also seemed impossible that RDR2 would come out on last-gen hardware. And it did, with systems very similar to everything we just talked about. So I choose to believe.